Hi, my name is Silvana, and today we're going to talk about climate change referring to industrial waste and consumerism. But at first, we should talk about the main topic, global warming, and who causes it and what problems going to global warming. For example, the melting glaciers, rising sea levels, heavy heat waves, for example. We human beings are affected of global warming, for example, like the agriculture, all our food and stuff. Global warming is like a gradual increase of the temperature all over the world. It is caused by the gases or the emissions going through the atmosphere. For example, if the radiation of the sun enters into the earth and into the atmosphere, it is, in general, it goes back to the atmosphere and to the space because it is reflected of the earth. But the problem is that the gases in the atmosphere and the emission stop the reflection. That leads to that the radiation can't go into the space again. So the problem is that the gases and the radiation stay in the atmosphere and the temperature is increasing and increasing all over.
But who causes it? Hello, I'm Sergio, and let's analyze this chain of events. Ordinary people consume everyday products that are produced by industries. This production process generates waste that are landfill, generates tons of gases. These gases go to atmosphere, changing the overall temperature. In other words, climate change or global warming. Regarding from industrial waste, the main impact comes from methane. Methane occurs because of the lack of oxygen. If methane is released directly into the atmosphere, it's even worse than CO2. Methane is up to 25 more potent than CO2, referring to greenhouse gas emissions. But methane is not the only problem. For example, have you ever thought about how electricity is made? The burning of fossil fuels to make electricity is one of the hugest sources of heat-trapping pollutions, making billions of CO2 every day.
And there is more. In 2017, electricity, which I just said, was responsible by 28% of the greenhouse gas emissions. Transportation was 29%. That primarily comes from burning fossil fuels for our cars, trucks, ships, trains, and planes. Industry was 22%, from burning fuels as well gases from certain chemical reactions. Commercial and residential was 12%, primarily from fossil fuels burned for heat, the use of certain products that comes from greenhouse gases, and handling of waste. There is also agriculture, responsible by 90% of greenhouse gas emissions.
Since there isn't a single cause for the emission of gas into the atmosphere, we should have a look at the carbon footprint. The term is used to visualize the amount of carbon being emitted by an activity or organization. So every person and every product has its own carbon footprint. Examples are extraction of raw materials, manufacturing, or even driving to the grocery store to buy products. So if you're interested to know how large your carbon footprint is, you can go on the internet and search for carbon footprint. There are some calculators for free, and you can calculate your own carbon footprint regarding to house, flights, car, motorbike.
So what can be done to reduce or even to stop this issue? As individuals, we can try to bring our consumer behavior into question. Examples for reducing our carbon footprint regarding to our consumerism are less immediate delivery solution like Amazon Prime, national, international. To care more about the conditions of production, like avoiding fast fashion, to look at environmental friendly manufacturing, eat and buy local and organic if you can, stop eating or eat less meat, drive less, and to unplug even your device.
As a society, we must demand from our rulers that they commit to take care about the climate change issue. For past decades, international agreements were done to establish goals and policies in order to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions on each nation. Kyoto Protocol and Paris Agreement are some examples. These agreements are not easy to do since they involve different nations with completely different realities, priorities, and points of view. But it's the responsibility of our rulers to never give up on this topic and always make their best to take care of our planet.